Let's just begin with vectors. So vectors is divided into two subtopics. One is numerical and the other one is algebraic. So the first thing that you need to know is vector is a line in math. Right? Why are they lines in math? Because lines have length, which represents the magnitude, and lines have direction, which is the slope of the line. All right, so the vector representation is in the column vector form. Column vector kya cheez hoti hai? So let's take this as a grid. So if you look at this, it has moved 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right and 2 units up. Let's take another vector. 2 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 units down. Let's take another vector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units to the right, and this 1, 2, 3 units to the left, and 3 units down. Now comes the concept of, this is called the column vector concept. Now comes the concept of magnitude of a vector. What is the magnitude of a vector? X square plus y square. Which means if I talk about the magnitude of this, 2 square plus 4 square, 16 plus 4 is 220. 3 square plus 3 square, which gives you root 18. 6, the magnitude of this is going to be 6. 4 square plus 2 square, 16 plus 4, root 20. So if it's a vector, it's represented by a modulus sign. This is the representation of a vector, of the magnitude of a vector. Let's call this vector P, and let's call this vector Q. Now my question here is, are P and Q equal? If we look at the magnitudes, magnitude of P is root 20 and magnitude of Q is also root 20. So are they equal? No. Why? Because different directions. And direction is indicated by column vector. You can clearly see from the plotting, one goes in this direction and the other goes in this direction. Therefore, they are not equal. So therefore, to be equal, direction and magnitude both have to be equal. This is a very, very important concept. Now, if they give it in the question themselves that s plus 5 and x is equal to minus 3 and 2 plus s. This means they have themselves, they're saying that the numerator is equal to the numerator and the second row is equal to the second row. Does it make sense? Now they have already given the equality sign over here. So that's why I'm keeping the numerator equal to the numerator and denominator equal to the denominator. Now comes a concept that let's suppose AB is equals to 2 minus 4. What will BA be equal to? Minus 2, 4. Change the signs. If the direction is reversed, the sign of the vector changes. So if PQ is equals to A minus 2B, QP will be equal to 2B minus A. Reverse the sign of the vector. Next concept comes of parallel vectors. Now, what are parallel vectors? Parallel vectors are those vectors. Let's suppose this is A and this is 3A. So A to be multiplied by 3 in order to become 3a. And 3a to be multiplied by 1 upon 3 to be multiplied by a. So these numbers are called scalar multiples. And for parallel vectors to be equal, they are scalar multiple of one another. Meaning u vector is equals to k times v vector, or v vector is equals to k times u vector. It can be the either way around, doesn't matter. The magnitude of u in both cases, k value will be different. Because obviously you're putting it in different directions. All right, now comes the concept of, let's say if you have to find out x, y, and there are two roots available to you. One of A and one of B. So you can go to x, y, via A or via B. Now it's your choice how you want to make the equation. If you choose to go via A, it's going to be xa plus a y. If you choose to go from B, it's going to be xb plus by. So whatever route you follow comes always in the middle position. Let's take another example. Let's say if I have to find out xf. xy plus yz plus za plus af. xy plus yz plus za plus af. All roots are in the mid positions. The starting value comes as the first place and the ending value comes as the last position. Now comes the concept of position vectors. Position vectors are vectors relative to the origin. For example, position vector of A means OA. Position vector of B means OB. Position vector of P means OP. Now let's say AB. अगर मैं इसमें position vector is something that you can introduce on your own. AO plus OB. So when you when you reverse it, it will become negative because when you reverse the direction, it is multiplied with a negative sign. So this is the general equation we use for position vectors. Meaning if there's something like PQ, so I will write it as OQ minus OP. PXY, OY minus OX, only when it talks about position vectors. Subtraction only when dealing with position vectors. Okay? Acha, however, if it was some other now letter, for example, WR via X, so it will be WX plus XR. Now there's no subtraction. Okay? Acha ji, ab hum aa jate hain. Let's talk about this is a rectangle. So rectangle means if this is A, this is B, this is also going to be B, this will also be C. They want you to find out AB and you have, okay, so I can write it as OB minus OA. You can also write or AO plus OB, both will be correct, which is equal to B minus A. OE, OE. Can you find out OD? OD is equals to OB plus BD. OB plus BD. So it's B plus C. Now, E is the, it's the intersection point of the diagonals, means it divides it into equal halves. Try to write it separately. EF. This is what I have to find out here. EF means I can find it out using EF is equal to EC plus CF. CF is 3/4 of CD. That means 3/4 of B. EC ke liye I will first have to find out BC. BC is going to be D plus DC. BD is C and DC is minus B. Divided by 2 will give me EC. So C upon 2 minus B upon 2. So now it is going to be C upon 2 and minus half plus 0.75 plus. Now let's come to the concept of AG. AG is going to be OG minus OA. Minus OA is going to be minus A. 2 upon 5B minus 2 upon 5A will become AG. This is a point over here. AG is to GB. So GB is going to be 2 portions. AG is 2 portions. This is 3 portions. So 2 is to 3 because total is 5. Now express FG in terms of A, B, and C. Okay, so FG is going to be FC plus CO plus OA plus AG. FC is minus 3 upon 4B. CO is minus C plus OA plus AG. So this is going to be 20 minus 15B plus 8B minus 7B upon 20 minus C plus 3A upon 5 will become FG. Okay, so this is how you do algebraic vectors. Let's talk about this one. OQ. OQ is going to be, OQ is equals to QS. Okay, so OP plus PQ. OP is P and PQ is Q. Then comes RS. RS is, if you look at this, ST is 2 portions and RS is 1 portion. This is unitary method of doing it. ST is 2 portions, RS is 1 portion. Do we have RT? No. OQ is equals to QS. So OQ is P plus Q. Acha, QR, let's look at this. QR is 2 portions and PQ is 1 portion. QR upon PQ is equals to 2 upon 1. That means this is 2 portion, this is 1 portion. So PQ is 1 portion, which is Q. QR is 2 portions, which will eventually become 2Q. 2Q and Q. So if I have to find out RS, RS is going to be RQ plus QS. RQ is going to be minus 2Q and QS is going to be P plus Q. So it will give me P minus Q. This is tricky. You have to be very careful while doing it. P minus Q. OS. Since Q is the midpoint, because OQ is equals to QS, so OS is going to be 2P plus 2Q. Now OT. Okay. For OT, we can do OR or we can do OS plus ST. Now, what is OS? 2P plus 2Q. What is ST? Acha, RS is 1 portion, which is P minus Q. 2 portions is going to be 2P minus 2Q. 4P. Okay, now OPT. This is this portion is P, and this entire thing is 4P. So they're parallel to each other. It means it lies on the OPT. What will you write? You will write that OPT are collinear points. Collinear means they lie on the same line. And OP को जब मैं 4 times multiply कराऊंगी, so it will become OT. So these two facts are important for 2 marks. This is simple. Calculate PQ 12 square plus 5 square. The whole under root gives you 13. PR is going to be PQ plus QR, which is equal to 12, 5 plus minus 4, 1 gives you 8 and 6. Okay. I'm not doing the C part. There's no grid here. Okay. It is given that CAB is 8, 4. AB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where B is. BC is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and minus 4. 1, 2, 3, this is B. And C is 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is C. This is B. Now they want you to make it a trapezium, but trapezium is CD is minus 11. 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 10, 11. So this is the line where D point will lie, such that once AD is parallel to BC, and the next time AB is parallel to CD. So AB ka vector is 8 minus 4 equals to K times minus 11 and 8. K becomes 8 upon minus 11. So it becomes 44 upon 8, which gives H as 5.5. That means minus 11 and 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So over here when it is, so AB will become parallel to this will form a trapezium. So one value of H is 5.5. Another value of H is going to be where AD, what is AD? You will have to find out. AD is going to be 1, 2, 3. 3 x-axis pe hoga. But you don't know what the y-axis is going to be, is equals to K times BC, which is 6, 4. While if K comes out to be 1 upon 2, you put in 1 upon 2 here, the Y value comes out to be 2. So 1, 2. So this will make AD parallel to BC, and this will make a trapezium. All right, let's look at this question. We've pretty much done the same kind of question. No need to do more. Express 2A plus B as a column vector. Minus 3 and plus 2. Minus 4, minus 3, 8 plus 2, minus 7 and 10 gives you 2A plus B as a column vector. C is parallel to A. C is parallel to A means U10 is equals to K times A, which is minus 2 and 4. U is equals to minus 2K, 10 is equals to 4K. यहाँ से K की value आ जाएगी 5 upon 2. Put it here. U is equals to minus 2, 5 upon 2 cancels out. U becomes minus 5. That's how you use it. Another important question to expect in this topic is, let's suppose this is P and let's suppose this is Q. Now they will say plot P minus Q or plot the point 2P. Okay, so let's point P minus Q. सबसे पहले तो P vector is 2 and 2. Minus Q is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 plus 3 is 5 and 2 plus 4 is 6. So if I have to plot P minus Q, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Plot the point 2p. So 2p is going to be, एक तो आपने बनाया हुआ है 2p और फिर ऊपर आगे बना दें, this is 2p. Express the vector r in terms of p and q. और vector r क्या होगा आपके पास बना हुआ होगा, which is going to be something like this. Now let's say what is r equal to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 4 minus 7 is sometimes p, and p is 2, 2 plus b times q. So if I solve these two equations simultaneously, so it is 18.5 p plus 11 times q to give you the vector r. Obviously, it's not going to be these kind of numbers, but this is how you go about it.